did it all individually. I almost didn't see you. You were in camouflage.
This is Rick Mercer. You're watching By Word of Mouth at the Geminis. This is the Gemini. It's for Best Comedy Series. This is our 9th year on the air, and we're thrilled because we're just thrilled. It's one of those awards that is for everyone who works on the show. We got great writers, we've got the best road crew going, we've got a great director. It's just it's an incredible group effort, and I'm thrilled. You never expect these things.
I think it's vitally important that we promote our own stories on this network, and especially the CBC, which is the stalwart of all of that stuff, and I think stewardship of culture and a rich heritage that we have that we cannot do away with. I mean, who's going to be the next Gordon Pinsent? Who's going to be the next somebody that we all talk about in this sort of water cooler way? And it's coming. Republic of Doyle, terrific show, and so many others that are happening. But unless we're mandated to actually do it, the business decision is going to be, importing the cheap show and airing it and making as much money as possible off the commercials and feeding shareholders. And it's an interesting sort of business model for thing. But I think the more we allow big business to carry the flag, I think the more we're going to be in the dumps. It would be lovely to be as supported as our Canadian athletes are cheered and tears of athletes coming into the stadium. But who are some of our actors? Who are some of our artists in this country? We need that. It's important.
Well, I think sports is great. Hockey, obviously, the CFL is doing incredibly well. I'm fortunate to be at TSN, which is kicking butt. Sorry for the plug, but I mean, we are. I think it's come a long way. I'll be honest, when I first started coming to the Geminis, I did not know 3/4 of the people. They didn't introduce the shows, and you knew Rick Mercer and such, but you go, I just go to my wife and go, who's that every time a nominee was announced. But more and more I go, shows like Flashpoint and such are really quality shows that are just as good or better than stuff on American TV. So I think it's probably better than it's ever been.
We're at the School of Dance in Ottawa, 200 Crichton Street. And yeah, it's 3 years. You do full-time classes, 9 to 5, all week. Well, we learn contemporary dance, we learn ballet, we learn Pilates, yoga. We do, workshops with groups that come in to the NAC. We do interpretation classes, we do all kinds of stuff here. We do anatomy, we do history of dance. It's like a very well-rounded program. Ideally, you get better as you go through, but some people come in with a lot of talent, and some people work really hard to get there, so it just depends on the person. But ideally, yeah, in 2nd and 3rd year, you start to get even better, because we get taught by one of the grandfathers of modern dance in Canada, Peter Bona, and he's very demanding, and he's really cool, and we like taking class with him, so you get better really quickly. And Sylvie DeRosier teaches the 1st years, and she's amazing as well. So. For me, contemporary dance is a very powerful art form because it's so versatile. You never know what you're getting yourself into when you go to a contemporary dance show, because people use drama, visual effects, music, live music, singing. You never go to a show and are bored. Everything's exciting, and it pushes the boundaries, and it's not a It's not like an old-fashioned form of art, you know? It's powerful and it's aggressive sometimes, it's touching, it's beautiful, it's passionate, it's everything. So it's really cool. Anyone who loves the arts can find something in it, you know?
Ottawa's crazy, man. Friday night, you can't complain about that. Every time we come back to Ottawa, I always say it, but it gets bigger and better every time. And you know what I mean? We brought the live band, we tried to do the light show thing, and you know what I mean? Just step it up, bring some real hip hop. Got my man KO'd on the tour for the first time, his first time in Ottawa, so he seemed to have a good time. How you feeling?
It was an amazing show. I won't even lie. Like, the energy from the crowd was unreal, for real, for real.
He's into it. He's into it.
Every time. I'm not even gonna ask. I know y'all love hip-hop music in Ottawa. Make some noise for hip-hop music.
Came out last week. It's just my next album, man. It's my 14th album. You know, if you know my shit and you're into it, I think you'll really like this. Like, just from the feedback I'm getting from people seem to think it's my best stuff. You know what I mean? And it's not just a bunch of yes men. It's people that usually tell me my real shit, and they'll tell me they didn't like my last two albums. You know what I mean? They'll you know, I think Trial and Error is a lot of people's favorites, and they're saying this one is competing with that. So that feels good. But no, it's just where I'm at now in life, kind of what's going on, and yeah, me making some beat, writing some raps, and that's it.
What up, y'all? It's the mother to the new school era, the illest kid, Rima Major, reppin' G7. Big major shout out to By Word of Mouth. Know where you heard it first, Rima Major, baby. It was crazy. Ottawa, you guys. Ottawa's nuts. I didn't expect it. It was the first time. I was excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to Ottawa? That's crazy. But the crowd was friggin' phenomenal. I think one of the greatest shows I've done so far. So shout out to Ottawa, y'all. Good nuts. You can get my music at RimaMajor.com. That will like give you updates to everything. My last mixtape that I dropped is entitled 15 Going on 25. So you can go on 15goingon25.com. I talk a lot of shit on Twitter, and I mean it all. So follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/RimaMajor, REMAMAJOR. Fire, 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 fire. Mother to the new school area. I've just finished my mixtape entitled I'm Legend, the 7-Day Theory, and why we called it that is because I did it in 7 days. Literally just banged out records. It's crazy, crazy, crazy mixtape. You know, if you don't know Rima Major after that mixtape, you will definitely know who I am, where I'm coming from, and everything I represent as an artist. And yeah, that should be dropping very, very soon. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, and you'll know everything. For the Lucci and the cheese. Hop out the whip, all the boys.